got my coffee in the morning. Now we can talk. So, haven't checked in a little while, pretty much since Turkey Day. I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm sure none of you are waiting on my output, I'm sure, but hopefully someday you will, and it's only going to happen if I'm consistent. The reason I haven't been checking in is because I've been sick. Pardon me. The other day, I went out to pay some bills and do some errands, important stuff, and when I came home, I was going to do a review on my Solomon shoes, which is still going to happen, but I didn't have it in me. I was just sick as a dog. I spent the next couple of days being pretty under the weather. So, one thing that did happen while I was running errands was I upgraded my phone. You guys probably know I have a little segment that I do, that I'm starting to do, about technology and streaming live and that sort of stuff, that I can be well versed in this once I hit the trail this coming year, hopefully. And that's called boomer broadcasting, So that's kind of like a humorous attempt at hiding nothing behind the idea that I'm not very technologically savvy. It's not to say that I'm completely inept, but I feel like it a lot of the times. So when I upgraded my phone, I was using a ZTE Grand X4. Which, if you'd asked me a week ago, I would have said was a pretty good little phone, not a bad little jobby. It's not top of the line by any means, but it had a fingerprint sensor and 8 gigs of storage on board. And it would take a 64 gig card. So it had a decent little bit of storage, but I found it lacking of the video I wanted to cut, even though it's only going to be about 10 minutes, hopefully, as a finished product. If that finished product started with more than an hour's worth of total footage, I would have to edit the first part of the video, finish that first part of the video, delete everything that was used to create that, import the second half of the video's stock footage, edit the second half of the video, produce that, and then delete that stuff, merge the two videos, upload the finished product there. And it was just a chore. So I upgraded from, like I said, my Grand ZTE X4 to a Motorola Moto G6, which has, I think it has 64 gigs of internal storage, and I have 128 gig storage card in it right now. Why don't we go inside and we'll show you what's going on with my leg a little bit, and we'll talk about that some. Alrighty, boys and girls, I think we're about as well lit as I can get right now. So here's my leg again. The gentleman in the comments of one of my prior videos had asked me what kind of tape I was using. I told him a little bit about it. Told him it was called KT tape. This is what a strand of KT tape looks like, just one piece. It comes in a roll of these sort of strips, if you will, all connected together one by one in a little plastic sort of cylinder. So that's what a piece of KT tape looks like. And I'm going to use about a half of one making my bandage. Maybe this camera angle won't work out. Maybe it will. We'll kind of have to see after today. unhappy leg. I guess the closest thing that I have is gonna be a Bic lighter. A Bic lighter for comparison. Looking unhappy today around the tissue, but in here the plasma, if you will, is looking happier, like it's trying to build again. The outside isn't looking so black and nasty. It had been pretty unhappy in many places. It doesn't feel good, that's for sure. Does not feel good at all. So yeah, I lay the ointment, then I lay down the gauze, and then I put the tape over it. This way I think it's going to do me a little better, as long as I can make sure to lay the gauze properly on the wound. I'm just going to press that down a little bit, get one side to stick, get the other side to stick. Alright. Shout out to John Townsend, James Townsend and Son. If you haven't seen his channel, it's pretty awesome. He does like 17th and 18th century cooking, living in history, recreation stuff. It's pretty awesome. So this is something I picked up from him. I'll show you real quick. Oops. There we go. This is called Pocket Soup on one of his videos. Or he calls it portable soup or portmanteau pottage, a number of other things. And that's just in processing now. That's some turkey stock that I saved up from Thanksgiving. I've done a batch already. It's not my first time doing this stuff, but this is kind of what it looks like when I'm done with it, really. We're going to just set it aside, and it'll get even drier than this. But you see that this is kind of paper thin, kind of like fruit leather, but it's soup leather. You can reconstitute that in your kettle and have turkey broth again. That's what this is turkey base bouillon, basically. No seasonings, just turkey stuff. Stuff in the crock pot here. I'm going to simmer it down a little bit more, but what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of making it back into a more liquid consistency, and then when I'm done I'm going to strain out any of the tannins and lipids that are left behind. I've already scraped off the top or whatever after letting it clarify, if you will, but I left some behind. Obviously I was a little hasty in my job, so we're going to do a second run at straining this off the top. The more that you get out of there, the longer it'll last. Now, how long it lasts, I don't know. I've never kept any more than a year and a half. But in a Q&A or in the very video with the method on how to make this stuff, John talks about how, I think it's the Smithsonian, one of the major museum institutes around the world, had some, I want to say, he he said, was 600 years old. They reconstituted it and made soup just fine. No one got sick. So it's forever soup. Something neat to think about if you like to go backpacking or store things without preservatives for a long period of time on your shelves. You know, you do your own dried garlic or something, who knows. Just wanted to share that with you guys as another quick look at pocket soup. Shout out to John Townsend at James Townsend and Son channel. It's spelled J-A-S, James Townsend. Pocket soup. Have a look, guys. He's got a lot of great recipes, interesting stuff. He's got a shop too. A lot of things online if you like those sort of things. You know, from the 17th century to 18th century stuff. All right, I'm gonna make us some lunch. you guys don't get to know about this cup of coffee I'm already drinking. That doesn't really exist, Waka Waka. Nope. That's the off-camera cup of coffee.